And we are live. It is the 2nd of the 8th, 2025. The time is 5 minutes past 11. British, meaning therefore that we are T minus 25 minutes away from an all-important seminal moment of an FP3. What's going on, Andrew? Benzie, Max, I mean, of course, if you come on camera so often, pause, then you got to put on your makeup sometimes. John, 5 a.m. Oh, the humanity cat. What's going on? It's Techie. Nick, techier than techie things each and every single time. Your boy's been looking at some odds to start off the stream. Lando Norris is a red hot favourite. Apparently, the odds makers think that he's got it round there by dint of his performances in FP3. I was just looking at a lap, I'll be honest with you. I went back and looked at his pole lap last year, and whilst it was God's tier, in my mind, I'd remembered it as Maximilian Verstappen's performance at Austria last year in qualifying, that he'd gapped the rest of the field to 0.3 or 0.4, and it was not. It was super close. It was hundreds between the top three in Lando, Oscar and Max. I think this might be closer than close things, 8 p.m. here in Australia. Brett, you're a legend. And Dash, what's going on? Lots of you Aussie, oys in the house. And listen, I'm privileged. I make no apology for saying up front and centre, you guys that come and indulge and, do you know what I mean, turn up each and every room and back and forth, hold my feet to the F1 flames, etc, etc. I'm privileged and grateful. 10:04 p.m. here in Max, bloody Nora, you guys are a different level, the levels of commitment that I am jealous of, and we are T minus 24 minutes away from an FP3. I don't know. I listened to Peter Windsor just now, and he talks about Lewis. Lewis doesn't look too bad, etc, etc. I just think I just don't know. There's another video that I was watching just now from ye listener, and he was talking about Lando. I'm not concerned that Lando can't put it on pole. Of course, Lando can put it on pole if he's had his Weetabix this morning. What I'm concerned about is Lando consolidating for a P1 tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? And I know it's Monaco without walls, this track. I get it. Dave, you're a legend. Thank you for becoming a member. Get yourself over to the community tab and join the Discord, and you will get priority in the chat as always, being an elite pender. I'm concerned with Lando. I said before the last Grand Prix, I said something to this effect. If you think that Lando Norris is going to make it through Le Mans in P1, notwithstanding him having started on pole, then I have property for you of the oceanfront variety in Arizona. Colour me naive. Lando Norris keeps making mistakes. He can't help himself. It's almost as if he takes, do you know what I mean? He's brilliant after the first 3 or 4 laps. He's just not a great starter. Isn't now, nor has he ever been. And that concerns me as far as Lando Norris. In a championship where it's all important to know, it's a qualifying championship, and making sure you consolidate for a pole championship. Frederick Vasseurs' words, not mine. Our boy Max saw this Ishbox today. I know Z. That's another Lando Norris. I don't hate it. Go on and let's see. I'm keen to see what Max. It's not so much Max. I didn't like yesterday the fact that Max was slower, so much slower than Tsunoda. So there are extremes as far as setting up a car, but that's extremes. Do you know what I mean? The most extremity of it. What are we doing? How is Tsunoda-san gapping Max to the tune of 3/10? I know that Red Bull like to, do you know what I mean? Go all the way left and then all the way right. Go too hot and then too cold, and then they end up being Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and it's just right in the end. But I mean, how? That makes no sense. Oh, the humanity. Dave, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. It's I want Lando Villeneuve so badly. I was looking at Twitter just now, and somebody said that Oscar and Lando need to turn up like Lewis and Oscar in 2016. I think it will happen. Just a matter of when, not if. It's going to get techie between Oscar and Lando, potentially towards the end of this season. You hear them already talking different things, disagreeing with each other, all the while knowing nothing of it. Oscar Piastri said, listen, you need to be consistent as well as fast. Lando Norris is polar opposite, saying, I'm going to dial it back to 95% to make sure I don't make mistakes. You think you can dial it back to 95%? Lando, I don't even think you've got enough pace to beat Oscar as it is, let alone dialing it back to 95%. Outlaw, you're a legend, chap. Hello everyone there from the 11s, and back at you, right back at you from London by virtue of Birmingham, UK. Lando criticism over. Is it though, Nick? Is it? Is it really, Nick? Oscar is smashing it. Lando criticism overblown. Here's the problem, Nick. If we're talking, I know Lando's good. I preface all of my criticism and dusting from Stranger Things slander with this. He's a brilliant driver when he's had his Weetabix. Anywhere after lap 3, and he's just really hard to beat, right? Where he struggles, in that first 3 laps, he's got a soft, vulnerable underbelly. He's get-attable. There's a brilliant... I feel like Easy G, me and you both, mate. Cam from Aussie Town, let's go. There's a brilliant... I'm going to copy and paste this. I was just watching... in fact, I will copy and paste this because it's a really good video. Ye Listener, one of the goatiest to ever goated on YouTube, uses a lot of F1 footage, but whatever. Puts together brilliant videos that F1 will never think of pulling together. He calls Lando, and I'm going to steal this, by the way. It's a brilliant turn of phrase. He calls Lando a race start bottler. Easy G, cover your ears, mate. That's the word. Those are the words. I'm gonna paste it. Don't go watch it now. Bookmark it for later, because I will be sad. Do me a favour, guys, and if we could get the likes, 100 of you watching concurrently. We've only got 20 likes. If you like the stream, then like the stream. T-minus 19 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky FP3. I've just put a link in there. There is a link in there, and that's a link to Ye Listener video where he talks about Lando. He shows the evidence last year of Lando Norris being a race start bottler. His words, not mine. It's very good, isn't it? Race start bottler. I think you need to confine it. You need to bottle it up within those terms, because Lando's not a... I was just watching him go head to head in Austria with Max Verstappen, for Pete's sake. Yeah, he came off worse, but when he's had his Weetabix, he's hard to beat. Lando, he's a very, very good driver. He's brilliant. Singapore mentioned no names last year, 2024. Sandvort mentioned no names, 2024. Like, he's very, very good. But he's a race start bottler, or at least he has been. He's got to make me eat my words if he's gonna curtail and stop that moniker. D-Boy84, you're a legend. Get yourself over to, if you are that way inclined, get yourself over to the community tab, and get yourself in the Discord. You're a legend. Gino, who do we think Yuki in front of? Oh, what do we think even Yuki in front of? I can't read at the moment. What's wrong with me? Illiterate. I think tiredness has gotten to me. What do we think Yuki in front of Max? I don't know, Gino. I feel like Max is experimenting massively. More than usual. Because are they going to have to roll some sixes, right? If they're going to win any races, then they're going to have to get a bit ambitious with the set. I just don't think they stand a chance. That Red Bull, even in the hands of Max, is an SH1 T-box. Let's be honest. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. Lando on pole. Well, he's a big favourite now, Space Ghost. Overnight, the bookmakers have looked at FP1 and FP2, and they think that Lando Norris is worthy of being an odds-on favourite. An odds-on favourite means that if you run the simulation of qualifying under these circumstances 100 times, then Lando Norris will put it on pole more than 50% of the time over humanity. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether that... I'm not sure whether that's true. I would put forth that Lando will probably put it on pole less than 50% of the time. Less than. No, you're a legend, D-Boy. I appreciate you, mate. Do you think we could see a cheeky Hamilton P3 in quali today? Not if the odds makers are anything to go by. And again, they're the experts. What have they got Lewis? I bet they've got Lewis as like 5th or 6th favourite. He won't be up there, but he's brilliant around here. Maybe they're disrespecting Sir Lewis. Are they disrespecting Sir Lewis? Let's have a gander. So it's Lando. I'd normally put these on the screen, but your boy and due diligence aren't cozy bedfellows this morning. Lando 50% of the time. Oscar Piastri 40% of the time, second favourite. Charles Leclerc, third favourite. Max Verstappen oh my gosh, they've got Charles above Max. Oh. If you watch the high performance interview with Lando, George and Alex, you'll see Lando doesn't have the mental fortitude and arrogance needed to be a world driver champion. George does, Oscar does, And even Alex does. Oh, the humanity, Andash. I need to go away and watch the Lando High Performance podcast again. I didn't even think he was on there. It doesn't matter how good someone's potential is. We are all judged by results, not intentions. Bloody Nora, John. You know what I mean? Are we getting that profound that early in the stream? I think you're right. I think you're right. For the longest time. Shall I open the privacy door? T-minus 15 minutes until we get ourselves some. Do me a favor and smash the like. You're a legend. For the longest time, I confess, real recognise real out here. For the longest time, your boy, especially at school, like I had a lot of potential that sadly went unfulfilled because I lacked for the industry necessary to crystallise, to convert potential into outcomes. So to John Perry's point, Sir John Perry's point, put some respect on his name. To his point, I feel like I recognise a lot of myself in Lando. Real recognise real, or lack of potential, or unfulfilled potential. Recognise unfulfilled potential. I was Lando Norris in a previous life. I was. I just see it. Did you check out the laws? You know what, Max? I looked at it very briefly. I'll get back to you on that. Been chaos, Max. Did you know what I mean? Juggling a very many F1 balls and spinning a very many F1 plates. T-minus 14 minutes until we get ourselves a seminal moment of an FP3. Yeah, he's got to switch it up. I think there is a fine line as far as Lando between cope and delusion, and I'm not sure he traverses it as adeptly as potentially he might need to if indeed he's going to fulfill his not insubstantial potential. In the 2025 season, Natalie Pinkham, Bernie Collins on deck. Do not hate it. Do not hate it. When did we get Cameron 2.0? I think this is him, Dean. I think this is him. But it took a long while. I think the genesis story of the unfulfilled Cameron potential started off when I'm like 507 years old now. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm older than Gollum in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, it's Sir John Perry, I think. I think it's official there. He's not that I'm one to tell anybody to change their name, but Sir John Perry sounds like it's a sticker. No, I think we're on Cameron 3.0. Not to say that I can't improve. Everybody can continuously improve. When you do the SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and potential threats, as far as your own, like Cameron PLC, your own portfolio, not to get to Anthony Robbins, but there's always improvement. I can turn up here on time for once in a while sometimes, as an example. Cameron weaknesses straight away. But does that mean that we Lando's driving for a championship. It's a little bit different. Difference in extents, not kinds, apples and oranges. Biggest mistake prone peddler, Lando or Charles. Different types of mistakes, aren't they, Dean? Charles' mistakes are just in race, in session, just yeets it into the barrier. Lando's mistakes are most frequently occurring at the start of the race, for Pete's sake. You almost feel like you almost get more frustrated by Lando because you know when those mistakes are going to come. Just taking a look at Max Verstappen throwing his tail. Yeah, throwing his towel on the side of the techie. Lando Norris having a word, talking about the car. I just don't know, man. Has Pinkham up to the pressure? I don't know, Darwin. I couldn't possibly say. I respect that opinion. I see myself as having been a Clint Eastwood in previous life. Let's go. It's time to put back the jokes from yesterday. Can you get F1 TV in the US or is a presidential? Oh, blimey. No. So, as I understand it, David, the F1 rights are exclusively with ESPN, soon to be Apple in North America. There was talk about F1 TV doing something and broadening the territories in which they operate. There was chat. I'm not sure that's happened yet. So, word to the wise, just between us as a family in these 4 virtual wars, if you get a VPN Point your VPN at, I don't know, say the Netherlands. I think that will sort out your F1 TV Pro. If you want the footage, David, you're going to have to pay 150 quid and get yourself F1 TV Pro. Morning, or what's going on? Music is life. Matt's getting rid of a little. He's ready for a cheeky P3. We did some hype today. I'm stressing over here. Oh, in what field did you 0.5 Cam? Academia, TWM. I was a brightish kid, but I just didn't want to work hard. I fell out of love with academia, and in love with the English language. Greetings to the very Perry chat spot. Let's go, Benzi. This stream is brought to you by Multiview, of course. Support them, because they're all of the metrics that you're about to see on either side of your screen, brought to you by Multiviewer. If you like yourself some Multiviewer, F1 TV Access subscription, the cheapest one, tack it on, download yourself some Multiviewer on a PC or a laptop. In addition to Multiviewer, this stream, as always, is brought to you by Sir John Perry, the legend that is. Far too kind as always. When do we get the Cam and Peter watch along? There is talks, there are discussions. The potential we're going to do one at Sandford, but it won't be on here, Benzi. FP1, 2 and 3, Quali will be on here. And then potentially the race watch along over at the Peter D Windsor channel. Potentially. But I won't be talking. I'll be more the back. I will be talking, but not massively. So it's got to be. This is why I'm still debating with myself. I said to Mr. Windsor, I'll share the conversation with you guys. I think the Mr. Windsor watch along needs to be the Mr. Windsor watch along. We do something different over here. We stream in Australia on KO $27. Don't hate it. I need to. This is chaos under here. I really want to show you guys, but it's too much chaos. I'm gonna get the bloody the shears out because I'm a sheep, of course. Great flood in progress in Sydney. At Lions versus what? Is there a flood really, Renzi? What do you know? Are you talking Lions versus Wallabies game? You're talking rugby union. I thought for a second there you were talking. What's the thing called that I used to watch? What do the Bulldogs play, Benzi? It's not rugby football. It's I can't remember. We need to watch along. Let's go. Yeah, it's gonna happen. We get Sky's broadcast on TSN, except P1 and P3. Really? It's chaos, mate. Get yourself some F1 TV. Who do you prefer, Cameron, Norris or Piastri? Oscar is I prefer Oscar. He's the truth. I just prefer Oscar. I mean, Lando's got a great personality, but no, not rugby league, Nick. The Bulldogs play. It's called Aussie Rules. There you go. Aussie Rules. AFL. And Dash, you've nailed it. Apologies. I used to watch that back in the day. I had a mate who came in from Australia, and he converted me. It was the year of the big upset. I think it was the year that did the Bulldogs win that year? I can't remember. It's a big upset year that I watched the finals. Early on, 4 a.m. in the morning. Just every shower cam rugby. Rugby league is pro code here. Rugby league is the big thing. Bigger than a bit of union. Shout out David Campese from back in the day. Aerial ping pong. You really had to ask him that easy. Combined watch along. Would water it down. Need the freedom to react solo. Don't do it. Oh, space. Oh, the humanity. I don't hate it. I think we're seeing from the same sheet there a little bit space. The reactions are good, aren't they? Oh, Max has done it again. It's got to be that sometimes, I think. When I watch P1 and P3 on your stream, Dean, let's go. We are T-minus 6 minutes away. Cam Lando will beat Oscar in 2025. Champ, take it to the bank. Oscar is not that good. Under pressure, Oscar makes more mistakes than Lando. Oh, Aluola. I don't know if that's true. This isn't to say that Oscar hasn't made mistakes. Listen, turn 6 Austria, I'll never forgive him for that. After you, Claude. Australia, the mistake in the wet, that wasn't great. That cost him points. There was another mistake recently. British Grand Prix, the brake test. So he's made 3 recently. Well, 2 recently. 3 all season. He's not been perfect, but there's a difference in extent and not kind, surely. Of consequence of the Lando mistakes in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Corniche qualifying, T-minus 6 minutes. John Perry, you're a legend as always. I know a lot of Lando fans are more a fan of a British driver on British teams winning. Otherwise, folks would be frustrated when he drops the ball instead of excuses. Either humanity, John. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. What's Lando Norris doing? Is he sneezing? Who sneezes like that? That's very rare. What a weird way of sneezing. What's happening on August the 8th? I have no clue, mate. I wish that I could tell you. Cam, go mohawk, look on mullet. No, I've not got the hair, Benzie. Honestly, I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not precious. I'm a bit precious because I don't want to show you guys. I want to be presentable on camera. We are purple sectors here. And we did not start. It's bad. Sebastian, you're a legend, and right back at you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. We are T-minus 5 minutes away from a cheeky FP3 start. Got my coffee. Outlaw, I didn't even get I relate. Oh God, it's chaos. I'm gonna sort out my life today. I hope one day. I always used to do it back in the day. I'm talking about my hair too much here. Last word from me on hair. I always used to do it just as like a reset. You know what I mean? Get like leverage my inner Shaolin monk, Aang from Last Airbender, that sort of thing. I always used to do it to reset, and it would just grow back. This time, it did not grow back. What a fool! Not as I expected it. Like I said, purple sectors round here. DNF, DNS through the middle. I was like, oh, no, I'm bold. Round 14, it's Hungarian Grand Prix. Currently in the driver's standings, Oscar Piastri is 16 points clear of Lando. 4.4 kilometres race. Track distance, 70 laps race distance. 34 metres elevation. Top speed, 326 kilometres per hour. 14 turns. C3. C4, C5. Cameron's hatch at. Hey mate, it's not looking good, Benzie. It's I hate caps space. You know, you've heard me say this before. I hate them. But the ends justifies the means sometimes. Mr. T, no, I don't have it down. I'm telling you, you're not listening. Benzie, don't. It's not DNF. What's the weather forecast for qualify? It looks perfect, but I heard 40 to 60% chance of rain. But it looks perfect. There's no sign of rain around there. No sign of rain. Go on and let me get the old multi-viewer going so you guys can see some metrics. Oh, come on then, Max. Let's be seeing you, mate. Max, by the way, 14-1. Merch beanies. They were out there, Stephen, I promise you. You know what? Let me try and I'm gonna spend some time sorting out our John Perry again. Excuse me, Sir John Perry. How very dare you, Cameron. Address Sir John in the correct terminologies. Gifting memberships out here like nobody's business. And for that, Sir John, I appreciate you. Right, let's get What do you mean, Crofty? Are you suggesting that the Constructors' Championship is all over by the shouting? They're already 100, but the gap, if you times 2, a magic wand, if you times the Constructors' Hall of Scuderia Ferrari, the red car with the yellow badge and black prancing horse atop, by 2, it still wouldn't be level. McLaren would still have Delta. It's insane, chat. It's insane. You saw the stat earlier that we talked about where it was John Elkann on hand, CEO, chair, everything. I can't remember. But I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Quite absurd. Are we quiet, chat? Well, then, shall we commence? I think we should. I think we shall. Indeed. Right, let's get ourselves out some metric. Push. Have some. Have some of that. Let's go. Let's go. And we are ready. Yeah, can we get a Jackie Chan? You're an absolute legend. And Sir John Perry, you're an absolute legend. Far too kind as always. I am grateful ad infinitum to each and every single one of you who join these chats. This community drives to survive by dint of your industry. Yeah, my name is above the door, but that fades to black. It's irrelevant. You know what I mean? Lost in the roundings. What's important is that we continue this conversation because you guys continue to show up. Shall we? Yeah, shall we? Are we core at Isa? I heard somebody say that once and I became obsessed with it. So Sonoda Garage having fun. Yeah, jokes. I mean, if it goes out, they'll definitely be having fun if he can gap Maximilian Verstappen again. But I'm calling bull feathers on that. There's no way. There is no way. No way on God's green earth that Sonoda can end FP3 in front of Max Verstappen. That was an anomalous instance in FP2, wasn't it? I wouldn't use that to forward forecast. So an act of God. Sonoda ahead of no, I'm not having it. Not having it. Let's go. Lando for the pole, Oscar for the. I think Stu that's the. It'll be close though. I had Lando. Look, I tell you what. If the gap, it was hundredths last year. The gap between pole and P2. So Lando poled it if I recall correctly. And Oscar Piastri was only a couple of hundredths behind him. I checked this before, but I don't remember. I'm going to check it again because it's important. I had it in my head. You know, this is why I'm inherently secure. I had it in my mind that Lando had put in a God tier Hungarian qualifying. Oh, here's Papa Dot from 8 Mile. Interesting. Shaking hands with Sir Lewis. Lewis, it's game time, mate. Can you get look at the engineers. The engineers are like, come on, Lewis. We're gonna get in the car, mate, and do some FP3. Have you got time? Do you reckon? Do you want a tea break? Two 100ths. 2 100ths was the gap between Lando in pole last year and Oscar on P2 in Q3. They were all 15.2s. Look at that. Lando was a 15.227. Oscar was a 15.249. Max was a 15.273. So the gap, therefore, between Lando and Max in first and third place, not much. Look at that. 400ths. The gap for 100ths even. The gap between Lando and Oscar, 2 100ths. It was close, therefore. It was very close. Oscar can win from first or second. We saw that already. Different track though, to be fair, but he can get it done. What's going on, Bezzy? What's going on, Safak? You a legend. Come on, mate, says what Varlon. Excuse me for trying to give you the data that I think will colour the way in which we view Q1, 2, and 3. It's going to get techie. Red Bull gives you wings. Is that what I mean by Red Bull? By bull feathers? It is bull feathers. Case in point. Mikasa Sukasa. Says Gino, you're a legend. I appreciate you for that, mate. Mackies did give an interview. I haven't seen the interview yet. That was indeed Anthony Mackie. I don't know his name. I only know him as Papa Dot. You better lose yourself. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Something like that. Something like that. That guy with Lucy's gangster, his real name is Clarence. Let's go. Quoting B Rabbit in went to private school. Lando will only break other people's trophies and won't take accountability for it. What will he take accountability for? Cam, are you literally Red Bull foot? No, not today. I'm trying to. Come on, Lewis, says John. Sir John Perry, let's go. Cam, are you literally Red Bull fuel today? No, I'm not. Your boy, I would complain if I were a numpty and a douchebag. I would complain about fatigue ad infinitum. But every time I hear my favourite podcasters start moaning, woe is me, I'm so tired, I was just like, makes me want to turn off, so I won't do that. Pop a Smurf hat would be cool. I've got, Benzie, there are beanies out there with a little, I've got some time this week and I'm going to revise. I'm going to get onto the old graphic designer and I've got a cheeky Air George. You guys will like that. There's a couple of different Maximilian Verstappen in the Matrix. There's some good ones. Knitted slouch beanie is the only solution to this crisis. Let's go. Space. Go on then. Let's dial in. Shall we lock in? T-minus 55 minutes left on the docket and 8 seconds. I log on to a serenade. Good morning, Macon. Let's go. Let's go. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better. What should Cam be drinking during this one? We need to get a bloody Cameron CC. It's there. I feel like it's there already, Darwin. It's on the... In fact, you know what, chap? If you don't believe me, I'm about to show you. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What do you mean? Again, it might be a good idea not to. We'll pin some of these. That's my personal favourite. Hit the Dan like button. Let's go, John Perry. Excuse me, Sir John Perry. Put some respect on his name. Come on then, Lewis. Get on the track. I know. Chop chop, mate. Like, are we talking, or are we what are we doing here? Crofty trying to get you still got some max glazing to do after what I imagine. Don't forget, Cameron. How very dare I? And then you come to find out Max is saying about waffling, bless him, one of the best to ever bloody do it. Mention her name, Suzuka qualifying, Saudi Arabia qualifying, British Grand Prix qualifying. Built differently, the difference maker. That's Max's new name, I think. The new moniker is the difference maker. The king maker maybe, but the difference maker is that perfectly summarises who Max Verstappen is in 2025. He's the difference maker. But yeah, and still, the difference maker accused us and you and me of waffling. And then you come to find out that we're going to be the same way. Of course, people are going to speculate, Mr. Max Verstappen, sir, about your future, because you are the difference maker. Everybody wants some of the Maximilian Verstappen PLC. Everybody wants to be invested in that Class A stuff. Of course they do. This isn't mezzanine, nor is it junk bonds. This is like your top tier level financial services that's what we're dealing with here. And then you come to find out that it's a 12-month contract, a 1+1. No longer is he there till 2028, that there will be performance clauses in effect next year, this year, this same time. Next year. Why do they keep showing Papa Dot? Murky Million, very good. We had the waffle chat yesterday, but yeah, no, it's true. I miss a good waffle. No, Max's Stroop waffle ink effect, very good, Max. Very good. How about the I prefer the difference maker. The equalizer is probably more succinct the way. What would a Mercedes badge look like on Max Verstappen? I'm not letting this go, Safak. It's too funny, the waffle thing. 206 of you watching concurrently. We only have 70 likes. Do me a favour, if you like the stream, then like the stream. Got Marvel in the garret. Yeah, true. Track you, make you hungry. Your boy hasn't even got a bit of water. Like I'm very low on cranberry juice. Inject it into my veins, says Aegis. Maxades, maybe. Go on then, what's Bernie say? What's Bernie on it? They're testing. They're testing, Bernie. Apparently, shout out to Shezan Sabaxty. In attendance, Purser Baxty. Felipe Drugovich was testing yesterday, had Flovis on the car. What? He didn't even let it. I wanted to see Felipe Drugovich destroy Lance Stroll yesterday. I really did. I don't think I could watch Verstappen in a Mercedes. It looked different, wouldn't it? Brett Lewis's next movie. Lewis's next movie will be the F1 movie, the sequel. Cambria G sounds good. If I should have done it, Jace. Yeah, I should have done it. And by the way, the feedback from Shez, aka the A side, and Sir Baxty, both of whom were in person in situ at the Hungarian Grand Prix this weekend. The feedback was that the McLaren just looked incredible going through the pen. They're just going to attack it differently. So downforcey in extremis, or in extremis even, is their car. Have a look around Andershew. Would it be able to find? Let's go. Let us go. What are we doing here? Talking about track temps, they will go up. Currently, wind coming in from the east at 8.3 kilometers per hour, 47.6 degrees Celsius and 26.8 degrees Celsius. Your track and ambient temperatures respectively. P1, stop the clock. All done. Full stop, new paragraph. Call it a day. Franco Colapinto's pole. Not for long though, because Lando and Oscar are currently on outlaps, aren't they? Savaganda. They'll be much quicker, won't they? Although Franco Colapinto will get an interesting tyre offset compare, because Lando, Oscar, Stroll and Fernando Alonso are about to do laps on white labelled hard compound tyres. Them their 118.0s from Colapinto were set on soft red labelled compound tyres. It's going to get techie. Go on then. As you were, Oscar. Let's be having you. I'm keen to see. Boom, boom. I need to get a poll out. I apologise. Macon, good sir. Wallabies, you're a big rugger fan. I didn't know this, Benzie. You know, I used to be. Back in the days of my guy Christian Cullen, Jonah Lomu, bit of Campese. YouTube went silent on notification. Did it, Daniel? Like, if you're not getting notifications, just click the bell. And then when the thing pops up, I know you would have done this already, Daniel, but when the thing pops up, just click all notifications or personalized notifications. I think it's or Daniel, you would have got your app updated and then it's revised it for you. Tell you what, I'm very angry with Microsoft. As I think we hold Sir Cameron CC accountable for his waffling. Oscar ending Max. Oof, Nick, I doubt it. I've seen Max at this stage. Is Oscar the most likely to be able to hold Max's feet to the F1 flame? Probably over the course of the next few years. But I think in equal machinery, Max wouldn't see which, or Oscar even wouldn't see which way Waffle Max went. He'd just be gone down. I think Peter was right Peter was right on both occasions. I think Oscar is the most likely to hold Max's feet to the flame. But I think if Max jumped in a McLaren today, I don't think Oscar would like the outcome. Go on then, here's how you know if we're using substitution, if we're using simultaneous equations as far as doing the F1 maths. There is no way around Saudi Arabia that Oscar would be able to out-qualify Max if they'd switched cars. Likewise, the British Grand Prix. Likewise, Suzuka. There is no way Max would be a gazillion miles down the road, and that's how you know that. I don't think just yet Oscar is ready for the flame, the heat and brightness of the flame that Max is capable of bringing to the party. Pierre Gasly goes into second on an 18.1. Wow. Franco Colapinto a 10th quicker than his teammate. What's going on there? What is going on? Hulkenberg goes up into second. Currently, only 3 people have set lap times. Those people have a name. Colapinto, Hulkenberg and Pierre Gasly on an 18 flat and an 18-1 rounded and an 18-1 respectively. Do you ever see Max in a McLaren? I see. This is a crazy one. I didn't previously, but then if you think about it, if they're going to have Mercedes engines anyway, 17.5, Lance Stroll tops your timing sheets for now. T-minus 45 minutes left on the docket. I don't know, Oakley. Put a pin in that one and let's revisit in a couple of months. Here's the supposition, the exam question. If you were Max, and McLaren have the whip hand as far as their aerodynamic capability, and they have the power unit, that is the boys and Brackley and Brixer, why then would we all of a sudden think that Mercedes are going to turn that around into 20? I don't know. I know it's a brand new rule and regs, active aero, etc., but there are lessons to be learned from 2024 that can translate to 2026. Can they not? Waffles and orange juice, says Brett. Oof, don't hate that. Orange juice is a bit sugary though. That's the only, not look at me out here drinking cranberry juice. I'm not one to talk, eh? T-minus 44 minutes left on the docket. Where are Lando and Oscar? I thought they were about to set laps. Apparently not. Your boy didn't call it properly. Every time people talk about Piastri this year, need to remember that he's only 2.5 years. It's a good shout, Isa. It's not apples and apples, not just yet. Hey Cam, why don't you have merch with the catchphrase "Oh the Hugh"? It's coming, Gino, I promise you, mate. Time is a finite resource, but this week I'm going to hit it hard. There's a couple different ones. It needs to look good. Gino is the point. I could just grab like words and put them on it, but we need to be market leading. But again, done sometimes is better than perfect now. Eminem was really dissing him, had a convo with it. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he was referring to his real life to get that real reaction out of him. It's a good film, that 8 Mile. Good film. Hypothetically, would you all rate Max higher in 2015 Mercedes than George or Kimi? I don't. The 2015 Mercedes, no. The ground effect cars have, they've no. There is difference, but extents and that kinds. The 2015 Mercedes, no. I don't think so, Benzi. Strolovic, quickest, tops your timing sheets. Although look at Sonoda, San, look at this. 27.7, 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths up, and then another 2 tenths. So below 17s, Yuki Tsunoda imminently. There you go, 17 flat. Don't hate that from Tsunoda. Go on then, Max Verstappen, your move. So here he is. Come after hour, come after man. Just as I call out Waffle Stappen's name. Not that I'm hurt or anything. Mr. Maximilian Verstappen. Come after the hour, come after man. Agree, quality better than quantity. Yeah, it has to be, Isa. I can't put any SH1 team. In fact, some of it needs revising. Glazed waffle match. Max to replace Lando. Well, here, okay, we'll address that. We know that Zach Brown had a conversation with Max before they re-signed Oscar Piastri on a long-term deal. Zach Brown had a conversation with Max. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Other than to say that Zach Brown was interested this time last year in signing Max Verstappen. You know that Zach Brown knows the quality of Max. You know that he knows that. Can you imagine Max and Oscar? Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Max and Oscar, 2027. Flip Ignora in this car. Oh dear. Max takes his sabbatical and joins the Cameron CCJ. We'll get Max on one day, I promise. But I wouldn't want to do just like an interview with Max. I'd want to do like, I feel like Chris Harris has already done what? The interview that I'd like to do with Max. Get him in a car. Natural habitat. 2025. Oscar wins this year and next. Then Max comes to McLaren. Oh my goodness. You'd love to see it, eh? Go on then, Mr. Max Verstappen on a lap here. 42.5 out lap settings. Prepping. T-minus 41 minutes left on the docket. Isa. It would be... Go on, and 2 issues. Ferrari build themselves a car capable of winning races and championships. Therefore, you interject into the competitive landscape. One modern day Journalese and one Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton. Second wish. Max Verstappen in a McLaren with Oscar. Oh, the humanity. Please, it would be too much. Come on, racing gods, make it happen. Waffle Stafford. Yeah, I'm not hurt at all. Do you know what I mean, Sir John? I'm not hurt. Go on then, Max on one. 27.9. So, look at that, chat. 27.9 only. 28 flat as near as Max. So he's still Max is still 2.5 tenths down on Tsunoda-san in sector 1. Okay, so here we go. He's gone purple there. Okay, so 2 tenths up. He's still flat to Tsunoda-san. What is going on? I think Max might slot in third behind Tsunoda by a couple hundredths. I'm paying attention to this. This is a moment of import. Look at this. Oh, here we go. There we go. There's a Max Verstappen. I read the room incorrectly. Max Verstappen goes half. That's what I want to see. None of this nonsense. So go on. Where did he get that time from? 27.9. Go on, then. That's what concerns me. The sector ones of Max. So Max lost 2 tenths in sector 1 to Tsunoda-san, but he was 2 tenths up, so equalised that in sector 2. And then there's your half a second. So that's why you see why I was so concerned, because cumulatively going through sector 2, they were flat. I thought Max was going to, and then he started to do yellow microsectors. I thought Max was going to come out behind. Half a second in sector 3. Let's go. I do not hate it. I do not hate it at all. Can you imagine the drive to say, oh my gosh, Oakley, can you imagine Formula 1 with Max and Oscar in the same car? Make it happen, Stefano Dominicali. Make it happen. Glazing sushi merch. Analog Mars. Oh, the human. And it begins. So John says, and indeed it begins. I think Max has got more time in that lap. Sector 1 and sector 2, he was level with Yuki. I think Max can go quicker there. 0.5. Go on then. I want to see a McLaren now. Remember, go on then. Put this in the bonnet. A pin in this. Track temperature is currently 48.4. Sandbags off. 14-1. Max Verstappen was for quali. To drop it on pole. Excuse me. I need to see McLaren. Come on, McLaren. Somebody come out and do a lap under these. It's already the track temps have gone up 49.1. I did say Max for pole yesterday. Never write him off. Yeah, not yet. We'll have a chat when McLaren come out and do something. Go on then. Charles Leclerc's having some. 26.9. Charles Leclerc about to go top of your timing sheet. There you go. 16.4. I don't think we do the poll chat just yet. Not just yet for Max. Is there any chance you can bring up the chat with race engineers again, please? Z, I will do it this time around, chat. But it's very techy. For me to put that on is it's a bit risque. It's a bit risque. It's a bit risky, Z. It's a bit risky, mate. Car charger. Turn off and back on. Oscar is cooking, is he? Oh, here we go. Look at that. 27.9. It's a good chat. It's a good shout. A temperature. And George. Oh my gosh, chat. Oh my gosh. McLaren have entered the chat. Lando Norris 16.7 aborts. What has happened on that lap, Anthony D, is that it looks like Oscar made a mistake in sector 2 because he was 3 tenths adrift of. Right, let me do something here. Z, I'm telling you, if you get me cancelled, then it's a problem, mate. I'll put it up this time, but it's not going to be a regular occurrence because it is a bit cheeky this to put up the old there you go. Don't never say that I don't do you anything, see, do you know what I mean? But it's right, done. Done. T minus 35 minutes. McLaren has entered the chat. McLaren, Ferrari and Merc close unless Oscar is sandbagging. Are they really though, Safak? I don't think they are that close. Not close enough to be dangerous. Look at this. I don't know. To be fair, Safak, you make a point. I mean, Charles is only 1.5 tenths off. George is only 500. What? How is George only like 700ths adrift all of a sudden? Huh. Fun fact, papaya eats your fingerprints. Has gotten it really, genuinely. I did not know this. Here we go, Max Verstappen. Let's go. This could be it, chat. 26. So go on then. Compared to your. So he's 700ths up. Oh my gosh, look at that. 700 and then 5. So he's a 10th up going through sector 3. Can he maintain it? We have ourselves Z. He was saying in the chat that Max for pole. He's in with a shout, isn't he? He's in with a cheeky shout here. There's always a moment when you think that Max might have a sniff here. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. There it is. Maximilian Verstappen could be within a shout. Now, does that mean to say that McLaren don't have the quickest car? Absolutely flipping not. They still have the quickest car, particularly around here. A track circumstance that's dictated to by medium and low speed. But yet and still. Do we need to, I'm just having a check of something here. Might have 4th in him. 16.2 isn't quick. It's a relative game though, isn't it? Space. Quicker than McLaren is the issue. Charles, look at that. That's true. Charles Leclerc 2.5 tenths up. Fair play to Crofty. Huh. I am curious. Yeah, Charles Leclerc's on it here. Look at this. Flopped it. Dropped it. Did Charles. Bless him. He looked quick. I'm trying to find odds, chat. Is what I'm trying to do. And there are none, of course. He had a snap in the last corner. Oh, wow. So Charles had a snap and still... it's going to be a bit techie, this. Qualifying ahead. I think the time if you were a betting degenerate, again, this is financial advice, but if you're a betting degenerate, the time to get Max Verstappen was before now. Now he showed his hand. He was like 15-1 before. 15-1. Meaning, therefore, let's have a look. 6% of the time they said that Max was going to put him there. Anytime you see Max Verstappen at 6%, just that's it, isn't it? You don't need it. You don't need to listen to me. 6% of the time, Max drops it on 4. Nah, he didn't go good last set. He'll still get track evolution. He's making Max and Charles look good. This is techie. T-minus 30 minutes left. Currently, your runners and riders look as follows. Charles Leclerc tops your timing sheets on a 1:16.137. Maximilian Verstappen. Oh my God. Lando Norris does 2.2. Oh my gosh, chat. Oh my gosh. Max Verstappen is right there alongside Charles, for crying out loud. How is that? What? Fudge. $15-1. Did you see yesterday? Fudge, see. Haven't got Wi-Fi. No, I haven't. Easy G. I'm just looking to see if I can get those odds if I can get yesterday's odds now. You must be having a laugh, mate. No, you can only get Max's Max's 10s now. You'd be lucky to get Max at 10s. Oh, 15s. You picked Charles for pole, Neil. No, you can't. It's done. Fudge cake, chat. You can't. 15s. Urgh. It's done. No, the odds makers are onto us, chat. Did you do it at 15Z? Fudge cake. Go on then, your runners and riders. 15.9 Piastri pole potentially, Darcy. T-minus 29 minutes and 5 seconds. Oh, the humanity. Fudge. Max 15s. Sir John, what is going on? No, I didn't bet Safak. You know, we always... Here's what happens. Go on, and I'll let you into sandbagging his match fixing, Akinti. Here's what happens, chap. Red Bull always low ball and do all these weird setups. And then the bookmakers say, oh, Max Verstappen's got no chance of putting it on pole. Let's reduce his odds. 15s. Max 15-1 plus 1,500. Meaning, therefore, if you put on a quid, you'll get 15 back plus your stake. That is bonkers. There is no way that Max Verstappen ever in 2025 should be at 6%. Ergo, if you run 100 simulations of qualifying under these circumstances, that Max Verstappen puts it on pole 6% of the time. 6 out of 100. It's bull feathers. It's nonsense. Even if Max Verstappen doesn't drop it on pole, which he probably won't, 6% is bonkers. And you always bet the line and not the outcome. But again, I'm talking about, this is not financial advice. Ignore me. If you're not a betting degenerate already, don't become one. Runners and riders with T-minus 27 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Goat and dash chaos is what that is. I'm glad you appreciate it, mate. Oscar Piastri on a 1:15.871. Look at that. Sir Lewis A. Ferrari have entered the chat. Oh, the humanity. What is going on? Okay, now, but everyone's going to go well around here, right, given the circumstance of the track. So, but I mean, now it looks like the bloody, now it would seem like the rear suspension is working now. They've got it dialed in, can ride some curbs. Oh, this is chaos. I don't know what to think of this chat, I'll be honest with you. Everybody's up there. T-minus 26 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm trying to work this out. 15-1 is outrageous. See, TWM hammer time. You've been blaspheming against Ferrari for the longest time. I definitely been. But is it blasphemy if it's true? I've been blaspheming hard, but they've been nonsense. And again, when we get to the next track, you don't think there'll be nonsense again, Neil? P2, they are running tough. Go on then. On board with Pierre Gasly. Go on, oh, here we go. Apparently McLaren have just re-entered the chat on a 15.9 for OJP. Leads Sir Lewis by a 1/10.5. Lewis Hamilton in second. Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jean Lazy, currently sits third on your timing sheets on a 1:16.1, a 10th adrift of Sir Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen in fourth on a 16.2, but he set that a million years ago, didn't he? Go on, Max, get out there, mate, and use up a brand new set of softs so we can see exactly what time it is. DK have plus 330 on Max. It's not the time now, Chiba. It's too late, mate. You needed to be brave and do it yesterday when it was plus 1,500. 1,500 plus 50 on Max. Anytime you see that, you just want to close your eyes and take it indiscriminately. If you were a professional degenerate, which you shouldn't be. Don't listen to me and my nonsense. Oscar Piastri 1:15.9, Lewis 16 flat, Charles Leclerc a 10th adrift on 16.1, Max Verstappen 16.2, Lando Norris on a 16.2. What is going on? What's going on, chat, is that Red Bull have worked overnight and they've nailed themselves a setup. Now we're back to seeing stasis. Tsunoda-san 7/10 adrift of Maximilian Verstappen. Stop waffling, Tsunoda-san. Stop waffling. Lando Norris on a 16.2. Bortoletto in 6th. George Russell, Antonelli, Gasly and Lance Stroll. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Toto, the boy who cried wolf. Now you don't have any negotiating power. Look at that. Lando Norris up into third on a 16.1. It's close, chat. It's close, isn't it? Look at that. But intriguingly, Easy G, Oscar Piastri gapping now. Let's have a look at their sector times. Sector 1 is where Lando's losing out, Sector 1 where he's losing all the time. A 10.5. Maybe a cheeky mistake from Lando Norris. I'm surprised you didn't also Cameron CC. I didn't see. I didn't. I was too knackered. Too discombobulated from a long working week pause. But bloody Nora, that's 15s. Qualifying will be techie, especially if he gets wet. Miss RS. What's going on, Miss RS? I'm glad to see you back in the chat. We missed you. Lando driving for his life 100%. He's got to nail it. And he can nail it. Gee, but I was looking at the wrong. Vegas actually said plus 18. Vegas have plus 1800s for Matt. Oh my God. Why? I bet if you go and try and nail that, it will disappear. Oh, I'm going to have a look. Come on, what's the spread? 0.3. I mean, so the gap between Oscar and Max 0.3. Can Max make that up? Problem is, I think Oscar's still got more time in there, I think Oscar will go a lot quicker than that. Miss RS, the lady of the hour. In addition to Safak and Turtle, of course, put some respect on the ladies' names. You know what I mean? What are we doing here? RB should buy Bortoletto or Bearman. Not ready. Too green. Bortoletto will give Red Bull salmonella poisoning. If Lewis can get his car into the happy place, he ended Spa Grand Prix weekend with being at one with one of his tracks, without one of his best tracks. Hungary, he can definitely be a threat for pole and maybe even a win. Oh, the humanity now. Is that what we call it? I mean, 10.5. Problem is, I think Ferrari's narrative has been one of they've looked good occasionally in qualifying, but when you get to like the race and it's the tired egg Olympics, and you've got Oscar lurking, are they really plus 1800? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's changed, Chiva. FP3 was the time, mate. It's gone. That ship has sailed, mate. Oh, that's annoyed me. If you keep making wrong decisions, bad low-level decisions, Cameron, at some point you will get bad outcomes, and that's a bad decision to not take that. And maybe Max doesn't even drop it on Paul. But if you see plus 1500 on Max, you just take he's the difference maker. Z says that's something I really want your opinion on. Who will be second seat in Red Bull next season? Hajar. Hajar will take it. Tsunoda-san will be left holding the baby. And it will be Arvid Lindblad to take Hajar's seat. So Lindblad and Lawson are Racing Bulls. And then Hajar alongside Max. Take that to the bank. I swear, if Lando does not get at least P2, Piastri's going to end up like Nancy Kerrigan. Oh, the humanity. Is that an ice skating reference? Nancy and Tonya Harding. I remember that, John. Techie. Oof. Carlos. Come on, Carlos. Damage. On board with Lando Norris. Miss RS is a VIP, dropping in a proper VIP. Safak. Put some respect on Miss RS's name. And Safak. What are we talking about? And Isa. How very dare I miss out Isa? The ladies of the Cameron CC channel. To whom I'm grateful ad infinitum. Cameron, did you see 4D? I did indeed. Shogun, you've not been around, mate. We did an entire video on it as soon as I saw it. And I don't know what's wrong with the traffic, but it's too bad, says Isa Kajar, too congested. Also notice I'll make it back. We need a bloody poll, don't we? 400 of you guys in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Ferrari's tired egg is probably second best to McLaren. Really? I think more about track position in Hungary. Very hard to overtake. Really? I don't know about all that, you know. Don't do. I'm going to bet 5 on Max at play. If you can get plus 18s, Chiba. You know the drill. It might be hiding to nothing ultimately, but past his prologue, mention the name Suzuka, British Grand Prix, Saudi Arabia. But don't never bet any money that you're not prepared to lose, Chiba. Or don't bet at all. So if I agree with you, I agree with you. Multitudinous set is a start, so let's go. 44% of you think Oscar. Only 18s think Max. 7% of you think Shaw. Lando gets 30%. It's going to be tacky. Warrior teasing us again. Only to fall by the wayside in the paid sessions, though. Oh, the humanity. The ladies of Cameron CC, I like that. You guys out here representing differently. And put some respect. So we've got Issa in the chat. We've got Miss RS. We've got Safak. Put some respect on Kayori's name as well. Esso. I am aware, chap. I am aware. Do you know what I mean? I am aware. You guys and girls holding the fort. 360 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. If you like the stream, then like the stream. We are rounding third base with T-minus 17 minutes and 52 seconds left on the docket. Strolly sandbagging. Let's go, Caroline. Caroline, flipping Nora. How did I miss you, Caroline? Put some respect on your name. It's too. I'm stupid. Cam's Angels, the ladies of Cameron CC, 100%. It's 15-9 from Oscar. I think Oscar's. You only bet on the pole or also the race. Are you talking to Z? I will answer that question, Safak. Don't bet. Them's the rules of the Cameron CC channel. Never bet against Maximilian Verstappen. That's the second rule of the Cameron CC channel. And if you are going to, the race is too full of variables. So qualifying is like, give yourself a better chance. But even qualify, anything can happen, right? Max could be on for pole and then he just makes a mistake in sector 3. Like that, qualifying is a surer bet. But there is no sure bets in Formula 1 or any other sporting endeavour. As the McLaren comes round the final turn. Is that of Lando? No, that is of Oscar. Go on then, Oscar. Let's have a word. The pick to click in sector 1 is 27.8. Who do you think for fastest pit stop for the round? No clue. Chiba. Probably Ferrari, maybe. Maybe Ferrari. Cameron, put some respect on the Cam girls' name. Let's go, Sir John Perry. Far too kind as always, mate. I'm humbled. Up it. Oh my gosh. Are you guys watching this? Oscar Piastri's just gone 0.3 quicker than his quickest lap on a 27.4. Brand new soft compound. Here's the gap. Z, don't do anything just now. Wait. Cam's girl sounds a bit. You don't like it, Isa. The ladies of Cameron CC also sounds. We'll think. We'll get to a name. 0.3 quicker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oscar Piastri. Don't call it off, chat. Call it off. Oh my gosh. He might even break 14s here. Look at Oscar Piastri round there. Is this going to be 14s or low 15s? 14.9s. Oscar Piastri goes 14.9. Kenny Smith. It's over. Let's go home. Let's go home. It's over. It's over. It's done. 14.9. Oscar is Thanos purple. He wants to take Lando to school. Jeez. Yeah, all right. Yeah, copy Oscar Piastri. I understand. I'm sorry, Oscar. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Do you know what I mean? I apologise. I bend the knee. I will talk to you nicer in future, Oscar Piastri. That's insane, chat. Don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it. Lewis Hamilton going purple. Michael sector 2. Look at that. 26.5. No, it's no chance now. 1/10 down in sector 1. Lewis Hamilton is 3/10 down. No, that doesn't improve. Well, he does improve, I think. But still 7/10 adrift. Flipping Nora. Oh my gosh. Ciao, tutti. It was nice. It was nice finding us this. Ha! It's done. Look at that. Lando. 2/10 adrift. Well, 1/10 adrift. Cumulative if you're going through sector 2. Can't keep up. Easy G, what's going on? It was here, and now Oscar's just put it here. Wow. Lando Norris has entered the track. That's not bad, eh? That's not bad, to be fair. It is 3/100ths the gap, and that's not much of a gap. Holy smoke. All right, okay. We have ourselves a qualifying session later on, ladies and gentlemen. Lance Stroll up to 4th. 15.8. Wow. Go on then, Max. All eyes on Max Verstappen here. How close can he go? The pick to click was 27.5. Max Verstappen is 3/10 adrift in sector 1 by itself. The car it just doesn't have the wheels. If you didn't take 15's Sparry, oh my gosh, Max is struggling here. Look at it. Car won't turn. Yeah, car won't turn. Snapped it off. Should have just come in the pits, Max. Max was 16.2. Ends up 16.16. Oh. Doesn't have the wheels, chat. Doesn't have the wheel. The bookies were conservative. I understand what you're saying now, Sparrow. It's a lot of time, isn't it? 1.2 seconds the difference between Max. I think it feels like a funeral, that chat. Good night. Michael's gone. Mamma mia. Qualifying will be a hot party. Oh my gosh. Issa, dislike this. Dislike. Dislike a lot. Issa, I've only just noticed your profile picture, by the way. Shout out to Michelle. Shout representing. I rate that highly. Red Bull in the red zone, no good. No, it's not good at all, is it? If not Max, then Lewis. Let's go, Safak. I don't hate it. Someone of some consequence, eh? Easy G. Oh my God, that Red Bull is turning. I know he can't turn it. He can't get it turned, Max. Not good. Angry Yuki coming back, and as well he might. Oh my gosh, Lawson. Oh, Ollie Behrman. Go on, runners and riders. T minus 10 minutes left. Lance is plus 30. As well he might be. As well he should be. That sounds about fair, Cheevers. You know what I mean? Damn, I wish I got that 15. No, not anymore, Chris. Not anymore. Let's go, Yuki. Cam Doubts. You time to show him who has the whip hand in Red Bull. Let's go, Andrew. I mean, he's stroll sick. What's doing it? I know. Chaos, but I mean, ultimately gets outperformed by Alonso this session. So it looks 15.8. Michelle is indeed. I mean, if you're going Max Verstappen, you're trying to fix the rear and then it put, oh my gosh, Matt's not happy. Michelle Mouton is indeed a legend, one of the goatiest that ever. I tell you what, you put Michelle Mouton in one of these F1 cars, and Lance Strolovich, Ollie Behrman, Hulkenberg, all those like wouldn't see which way she went. Tell you that from now. Take them onto the bank. Lawson is not better than Yuki. Yuki deserves a chance at Red Bull next year. The problem is, Daniel, that you understate the extent to which politics is involved in Formula One. Remember, Yuki's always been, yeah, he's a Red Bull racing driver, but he's more a Honda Red Bull racing driver. As at next year, it will not be Honda. It will be Red Bull Racing powertrains in conjunction with Ford. So there's no room at the inn for Tsunoda-san. There will be no money at Red Bull by dint of Honda's Yuki Tsunoda sponsorship. So what are we going to do? I live near the village where Layla... Do you, Issa? You've got to... I mean, it's in the DNA then, Issa. Like, it's in the... You've got to be a... You've got to be a rallying legend. Oscar was driving deep into the date. Yeah, of course, as he does, EasyG. As he does. EasyG, you sound like Colt RH last year, though. He's just a gangster. He's a gangster. Christian doing voodoo in his garden. Charlie's Aronio. Max is finished. Lewis is not quite there, says no. I don't know. I mean, even Charles. It's 4/10. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of our 2025 season and the levelling of its competitive landscape. The boys and girls from Papaya, the Papaya Killer team, have killed it. They've unalived it. Not good enough. I don't know, chat. All right, we'll see. Qualifying will get care. Qualifying is always qualifying, right? My humble opinion, the highlight of the race weekend over the course of 2025. 400 of you in the chat concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. It's important. The less likes that we get, the more that this channel is doomed to fail, and I don't want that, and you don't want that, and Ringo here definitely doesn't want that. Mango, yeah. Maybe not sharing data, but he's figured something out. I know he's tapped in. He's dialed in. Go on then, Lando. Let's have a word, mate. I feel like deep down I'm kind of rooting for Lando because the risk, the most pertinent, the imminent danger risk is that OJP runs away with this. 2/10. Look at that already. 2/10 we set to 1. OJP has the whip hand, doesn't he? Khalid says Max is sandbagging. He was sandbagging yesterday. He came alive very briefly for a second, and then the McLarens entered the chat. This is important. You have no idea, Crofty, how important it is that Lando Norris can keep OJP honest, because I'm not sure if he's there. Maybe he just has his Weetabix between now. Let's get to 200 likes. Like the stream. If you like the stream, Chiba, you're an absolute legend. Pulp Fiction, it has to be done modern day, John. One of the greatest cinematic pieces that you will ever see in your life. Lando Norris goes through sector 2. I mean, he's just loose. He's not even on it. Easy to do. Where is the guy? 2/10 adrift going through sector 2. He will come in on a 1:15 something. Oh my gosh, 15.4. I'm trying, Issa. We'll get there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not quite Stephen Fry levels of Shakespearean, but in the end, we'll get there. Why say the death of 2025? I was not a Mercedes fan. I mean, if we're having the conversation under the umbrella heading Aero 101 of a levelling of the competitive landscape of a 2021-esque season, then that's why. That's the answer to the exam answer to your exam question. I was not a fan of Merck in 2014 to 16, but I found the Merck battle entertaining. No, so that's different, Aero. Excuse me. You're welcome. Saved all of your ears. 2014 to 16 was different, but 2017 to 2021, that's what we're about to see here. Aero. Norris feeling the pressure as always, Caroline. As always. What are you waiting for? Push the like button. Beat the like into submission. Unalive the like button. Like the stream if you like the stream. Oh, the humanities chat. OJP, in summary, has the whip hand on a 114.916 300th down the road from Lando. We must pray, therefore, and bend the knee to the racing gods. Give Lando Norris, aka Dustin from Stranger Things, strength to fight the not insubstantial fires and the smoke that OJP is bringing to Lando Norris's doorstep. Please, I wasn't a fan of Max in 2021, but he's grown on me. Not a bad peddler, Durberg. I was speaking to Shez and Baxley about this earlier, about 2021 and its multitudinous twists and narrative plot turns. And then here was where I was. You want me to be honest? This is how you know 17 to 20 was dead. It was rubbish visual. Here's where I am, Durberger. In 2021, I didn't think that there was a driver, that there was a man or woman created on walking the earth that could beat Lewis in the Mercedes. And the story arc of Max Verstappen 2021 was have some of that, Cameron. Kota, have some of that, Cameron. Mexico, have some of that, Cameron. Imola, have some of that, Cameron. British Sprint Race, have some of that, Cameron. Max was saying that to me in perpetuity, that he could ignore what happened at the final race, that going into the final race, that they were level on points, Max and Lewis in 2021, was not something that I foresaw. Honest truth, I just didn't think that there was a person walking this earth that could take it to Lewis in that Mercedes. And Max, each and every single race weekend, made a mug of me. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Anyway, I digress, and that's why your boy, irrespective of whatever Max wants to say about your boy Cameron CC waffling, got to put some respect on Max Verstappen's name, of course, at the altar of sporting endeavour par excellence. If indeed you're a fan of F1, then how can you not be a fan of Maximilian Verstappen? How? Not now. Not unless you wish to be an F1 abbot of unreason and continue to bark up the tree of the abbot of unreason, disbelieving our evidence, the evidence that our own eyes and ears are showing. Just saw on board of Matt's in the garage, he even has understeer there when the car's there. Sir John Ferry. It's a good one, Sir John Ferry. And I don't disbelieve. Michael Massey did nothing wrong. I ignore electric eye. I don't want to get into the argument about what happened in the final race. Force majeure, act of God, fortuitous circumstances, fortune favours the brave, brinksmanship, get in the face of. But I don't even want to have that conversation. The way to have that conversation properly, let's pretend as if Abu Dhabi didn't happen. And then what? Oh, the humanity. He drove over the tower. Go on then, Leclerc. T-minus 1 minute. We're rounding fourth. T-minus 1 minute and 29 seconds left on the docket. Bloody Nora, that lap from Oscar. Go on then, Charles. Let's have a word, mate. Get out your echo chamber. He is in our echo chamber. Is it echoey or are you being euphemistic, Chris? 27.7 from Sean. No chance, mate. 0.3 adrift already. Oh my God. 1.1 seconds behind. Forget about it, Shaw. Clock off, mate. Chris says, let's pretend like Max didn't have asymmetrical braking. Are we talking about inertia valves? I mean, it seemed there is a thing. Have you ever, Chris, heard of apophenia? Have you ever seen like a picture and it looks like there's a ghost on it, but then you have experts verify that it's just the plants? There is a thing called apophenia, Chris, that humans can't help but do, where we're connecting causation dots. Correlation does not imply causation, and we have a habit of connecting causation dots that shouldn't be connected. In the event, so remember, inertia valve, Chris, was 2024's plot lines, wasn't it? It had nothing to do with 2021. Let's talk about 2024 very quickly as we round forth. The inertia valve. I initially put forth the inertia valve as a thesis that needed to be taken seriously, because at Miami, all of a sudden, the car wouldn't turn. The Red Bull just didn't have it all of a sudden, which if you explain it, it makes sense that they took something out the car, inertia valve, fiddle brake, whatever you want to call it. Mark Hughes, though, did a very evidence-based study. And if you want that evidence to support the inertia valve thesis, then it would stand to reason that Red Bull, that the whole of the field, the other 9 teams, if you're going to take something out of the Red Bull car, right, that will cost them pace, then you would expect the other 9 teams to converge upon Red Bull, right? The gap between Red Bull and the other 9 would do one of these. That's not what happened, Chris. What happened was that the gap between Red Bull and McLaren and Mercedes converged to the other 6 teams, or 7 teams even. It did not. That's it. So it wasn't either. I would guess, to save a dying puppy, that it wasn't an inertia valve. That what happened is that at the Miami Grand Prix, McLaren bought all of their floor upgrades, all of the floor fairings, all of the bloody rear wings and front flexi wings and slot gaps, and so too Mercedes. And the gap closed up between Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull, but stayed as it was with the rest. But again, if you, Chris, if you want to wade in the very murky waters of conspiracy theory, then feel free, mate. But if you want to do the evidence-based thing, then welcome. T-minus no minutes and no seconds left on the docket. That has been your FP3. In summary, McLaren have entered the trap, particularly in the hands of Oscar Jack Piastri. For a while there, Max Verstappen looked like he was ready, but look now, 1:16.1 ends the session in 12th. Now, you got to normalise for track evolution, of course, because Max Verstappen set that time a very many minutes ago. But yet and still, it looks like Oscar, by dint of his double brake duct MCL 39, has the whip hand with a 1:14.9, 300ths down the road from his old mate Lando Norris. So too Scuderia Ferrari. The red car with the yellow badge and black prancing horse, particularly in the hands of one modern day Jean Alesi. We need to put some respect on his name for now. It's going to get techie. We will be back 30 minutes before Q3. It will be techie. Crofty being disingenuous, saying that he doesn't have a Scooby who's going to get pole. I would guess that he has a name, and his name is O.J. Piastri. Potentially. Between now and then, the prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour.